Filipino kids about your match.
Guess what happens when a 20-year-old Filipino phenom walks onto the Indian Wells hard courts to face a Ukrainian power hitter who's been making Grand Slam noise since 2019? Spoiler alert, it's not going to be pretty for the veteran. Eala is about to serve up a masterclass that will have the entire WTA Tour scrambling to update their scouting reports. Stick around because we're breaking down exactly how this rising star is planning to dismantle Yastremska's game piece by piece. And trust me, the tactical brilliance on display will have you questioning everything you thought you knew about modern tennis. Quick favor, if you're loving this content, hit that subscribe button. Shockingly, over 92% of viewers watch without subscribing. It costs nothing but means everything to us here at Baseline Z. Already subscribed? Awesome. Thanks for being part of the family. Now, back to the main event. Indian Wells 2026 first round draw released, and tennis fans worldwide did a double take. Eala versus Dayana Yastremska. On paper, this looks like a routine opening match, a seasoned player with multiple WTA titles against a young talent still finding her footing on tour. But dig deeper, folks, and you will discover this is not just another first-round match. This is a clash of tennis philosophies, a generational showdown, a battle between raw aggression and calculated brilliance. Imagine this, Yastremska stepping onto the court with her trademark power game, thinking she can bully the young Filipino with those cannon forehands and aggressive returns. Meanwhile, Eala is standing across the net with a game plan so surgical, so meticulously crafted at the Rafa Nadal Academy that it might as well come with a scalpel and a PhD in tactical warfare. The stage is set, the drama is real, and someone's championship dreams are about to get a serious reality check. Let us talk about Dayana Yastremska for a second. The Ukrainian powerhouse has been turning heads since she burst onto the scene, smashing winners like she's auditioning for a demolition crew. Multiple WTA titles under her belt, a game built on aggression, first strike tennis at its finest. She hits the ball early, she hits it hard, and she does not apologize for it. But here's the thing about power players. They're only as good as their ability to sustain that intensity under pressure. And pressure, my friends, is exactly what Eala specializes in applying. Yastremska's game is like a sports car with a massive engine, but questionable brakes. When everything is clicking, she's unstoppable. But the moment someone throws her off rhythm, the moment someone makes her think instead of just swing, that is when the cracks start showing. And Eala, she's got a hammer custom made for those cracks. Now let's shift our focus to the star of this show, Eala, 20 years old, trained at the legendary Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, carrying the hopes of an entire nation on her shoulders. This is not just some random tennis player trying to make her name for herself. This is a Filipino phenom who has been groomed by one of the greatest tactical minds in tennis history. The Nadal Academy doesn't just teach you how to hit forehands, it teaches you how to think, how to adapt, how to turn your opponent's strengths into their greatest weaknesses. Eala grew up studying film, dissecting match patterns, understanding court positioning like a chess grandmaster studying opening theory. While other players her age were relying on natural talent, Eala was building a game so complete, so fundamentally sound, that it could withstand anything the WTA Tour throws at it. Picture this, a young woman who speaks multiple languages, carries herself with the poise of a seasoned veteran, and plays tennis like she's conducting a symphony where every note, every shot, every movement has a purpose. The tactical breakdown here is absolutely fascinating. Yastremska wants to control the center of the court, dictate with her forehand, and end points quickly. Classic, aggressive, baseline tennis. But Eala is not going to give her that luxury. Oh no. Eala's game plan is going to involve depth, angles and variety that will make Yastremska's head spin faster than a Federer backhand slice. We're talking drop shots when Yastremska camps behind the baseline, heavy topspin to push her back when she tries to step in, and slice backhands that will keep the ball low and uncomfortable. It's like watching a matador face a charging bull, except the matador has studied every single movement pattern the bull has ever made. Eala is going to move Yastremska side to side, front to back, making her work for every single point until those big forehands start landing short, until the errors start piling up, until Yastremska starts questioning whether power alone is enough. But here's where it gets really interesting. This match isn't just about tennis tactics, it's about national pride, cultural representation, and what it means to carry a flag onto the international stage. Eala is not just playing for herself, she's playing for the Philippines, a nation that has been hungry for tennis success on the global stage. Every time she steps onto the court, she's representing millions of people back home who see her more than just an athlete. She's a symbol of possibility, proof that Filipino talent can compete and dominate at the highest levels of professional tennis. The pressure that comes with that responsibility would crush most players, but Eala, she thrives under it. She's spoken multiple times about how representing her country fuels her, drives her, makes her dig deeper when the going gets tough. Meanwhile, Yastremska is carrying her own national pride as a Ukrainian warrior on the court. But here's the difference. Eala has been preparing for moments like this her entire career. This is not just another match for her, this is a statement. The mental game aspect of this matchup cannot be overstated. Tennis at the professional level is as much psychological warfare as it is physical competition. Yastremska's game relies heavily on momentum and confidence. When she's feeling good, when the balls are flying off her racket, she's nearly unstoppable. But introduce doubt, make her second-guess her shot selection, force her into longer rallies where technique matters more than power, and watch what happens. Eala's mental fortitude has been tested and proven at the Rafa Nadal Academy, where grinding through difficult situations is not just encouraged, it's required. She's faced adversity, she's battled through tough matches, and she's learned that tennis isn't always about who hits the hardest. Sometimes it's about who stays composed the longest. Picture Yastremska getting frustrated after the third or fourth rally that doesn't end in her favor, watching Eala calmly reset between points, showing no emotion, no panic, just pure focus. That psychological edge, that ability to stay in the moment while your opponent starts unraveling, that is championship mentality right there.
Let us not forget the surface we are talking about. Indian Wells hard courts are notoriously quick, favoring aggressive players with big weapons. On paper, that should benefit Yastremska, but here is what the casual fan might miss. Quick courts also reward precise ball placement and the ability to redirect power. Eala's training has emphasized using her opponent's pace against them, taking the ball early when it makes sense, defending brilliantly when necessary. The hard courts at Indian Wells are going to amplify every tactical decision, every positioning choice. One wrong step and you're out of position. One ball struck poorly, and it's coming back at you twice as fast. Eala's court awareness, her ability to read where the next shot is going before her opponent even hits it, that is going to be the difference maker. Yastremska might bring the firepower, but Eala is bringing the blueprint to defuse it. The broader implications of this match extend far beyond the first round of one tournament. If Eala wins, and the smart money says she will, it sends shockwaves through the WTA Tour. Suddenly, every power player in the draw has to reconsider their approach. Suddenly, coaches are pulling up footage of this match, studying how Eala neutralized aggression with intelligence. The younger generation of players gets another blueprint to follow, proof that you do not need to hit harder than everyone else to win at the highest level. You just need to play smarter. And for Yastremska, a loss here could trigger serious questions about her game, her mental approach, her ability to adapt when opponents have clearly done their homework. This is not just about win or loss statistics. This is about momentum, confidence, and positioning within the competitive hierarchy of women's tennis. Social media is already buzzing with anticipation. Tennis Twitter, or X, or whatever we're calling it these days, is absolutely lit up with predictions, analysis, and hot takes. One side arguing Yastremska's experience will prevail, the other camp firmly convinced that Eala's time is now. The memes have already started. Someone posted a side-by-side comparison of Eala's calm demeanor versus Yastremska's intense game face, captioned, "When the test is hard but you actually studied," versus "When you winged it all semester." Another showed a chessboard on one side and a sledgehammer on the other. You can probably guess which player was represented by which image. The tennis community loves a good upset narrative, and this match has all the ingredients: young versus experienced, tactical versus powerful, rising star versus established name. It's compelling television even before the first ball is struck. The economic and cultural impact of Eala's potential victory cannot be ignored either. Tennis in the Philippines has been steadily growing, but a signature win against a top opponent at a prestigious tournament like Indian Wells, that's rocket fuel for the sport back home. Suddenly, more kids are picking up rackets, more sponsors are interested in supporting Filipino tennis, more opportunities open up for the next generation. Eala is not just building her own career, she's constructing a pathway for everyone who comes after her. That kind of responsibility would terrify most 20-year-olds. But when you've been training at an academy that produced champions, when you've been taught to embrace pressure rather than fear it, you understand that legacy is built one match at a time. And this match against Yastremska, this is the kind of statement victory that changes trajectories. Let's get real for a second. Yastremska is no pushover. She has weapons that can hurt anyone on tour. Her serve can reach speeds that most players only dream about. Her forehand, when it's on, can paint lines and leave opponents frozen. She's won matches against top 10 players. She's made deep runs at big tournaments. On her best day, she's a nightmare matchup for anyone. But here's the critical question. Is she facing Eala on her best day, or is she walking into a tactical trap that has been months in the making? Because make no mistake, Eala and her team have watched every single Yastremska match they could find. They have studied her patterns under pressure, identified her tendencies when trailing, noticed which shots she goes to when desperate. This is not guesswork, this is science. And when science meets raw emotion on a tennis court, science usually wins. The beauty of this matchup is how it represents everything compelling about modern tennis, the global nature of the sport, with players from Ukraine and the Philippines meeting on American soil, the evolution of playing styles, where tactical intelligence challenges pure power, the generational shift, where young players arrive not intimidated by big names, but confident in their preparation and abilities. This is tennis in 2026, where your ranking matters less than your game plan, where reputation can be dismantled by someone who refuses to be impressed. Yastremska built her career on intimidation and aggression. Eala is about to show her that fear is a choice, and she is choosing confidence instead. As this match approaches, as both players prepare their strategies and visualize their pathways to victory, one thing becomes crystal clear. We are not just watching a first-round tennis match, we are witnessing a potential changing of the guard, a moment where the future announces itself to the present with authority. Eala has the tools, the training, the mental fortitude, and the tactical brilliance to take down Dayana Yastremska. And when that final ball lands, when Eala raises her arms in victory, the tennis world will have no choice but to recognize what many have known for years. This Filipino phenom is not just arriving, she is here to dominate. The Masterclass is coming, folks, and Yastremska is about to get schooled.